This is Ryan Abraham, Dan Weber, USCFootball.com. Instant analysis here on Howard Jones Field. Day one of USC bowl preparation with yet another head coach, Dan. Clay Helton, the former offensive coordinator, is now the head coach, is out here. He addressed the media. I thought he did a pretty good job.
Very good job. I thought I thought the team did a good job. I think that was got good reviews from both Clay and Steve Sarkisian, who was here but not allowed to be on the field. So he had to circle the field outside the the white lines, because he's not allowed to be actually on the field, because he doesn't count as an on-the-field coach. He's only a recruiting coach, and he took off afterwards. Before actually the practice was over, to get started recruiting. So it was kind of an interesting day, but he also gave the team good marks for the energy and how they went about things.
It was a short practice out there today, but Clay Helton didn't say tremendous like Orgeron liked to do, but he liked the way that the guys practiced today.
He didn't say awesome either. We got a couple of those words.
Thing, yeah.
A couple of those words, but he thought they did well, and I think they did well. I mean, he basically, I guess he told them, if it's not broke, if it ain't broke, don't, we're not going to try to fix it. And he said what we were doing, we thought we were doing it, doing it right. And we're going to continue right on with the way we practiced, the past 8 games, and so it's kind of an extension. Talked about the sadness that it's going to happen when somebody as beloved as Coach O isn't here. Everybody, was here. You missed the voice. There's no question. It's just not here. But it was pretty darn upbeat, and I think Sark was taken back almost by how upbeat they were after a week off, and with all, as he said, with all they've gone through. It was about as much as you could hope for in terms of how they seemed like they're ready to go.
Yeah, it seems like they're excited for this the bowl game in Las Vegas. There's actually a tie between the quarterbacks. Cody Kessler from Bakersfield, so is Derek Carr, who actually leads the nation with 48 touchdowns, almost 5,000 yards. Clay Helton called them the best quarterback in the country. So there's definitely a connection there between USC at the quarterback position in Fresno State.
Well, and I think Cody was talking about how their families are close, and they've coached all-star games together. Derek was 2 years ahead at Bakersfield Christian. Didn't ever play each other, but I guess the families, the Carr's dad, his brother David, they've all been real close together. So Cody, I don't think it's one of those kind of really want to beat you. He's really excited about the fact that it's Bakersfield, and he thinks the Carr family has been really good to him. So it's kind of a neat kind of a connection there.
Yeah, I was up at the Fresno State game up for the Mountain West Championship when they beat Utah State, and they asked Derek Carr about that, and he made a joke saying, I'm going to talk to Cody just to make sure that he has the defense take it easy on us. He had a lot of good things to say about the USC defense.
And probably rightly so. I mean, I think it's a step up from what he's been seeing, and Derek probably a step up from what USC's been seeing. He's pretty. He does some things probably better than anybody they've played. I don't think there's any question about that. And, his receiving core, just as good as USC has seen, as a group, and size-wise and all the other things they do with them. So kind of an interesting matchup. The kind of matchup that I think these guys are looking forward to, because they don't think, Fresno's not going to surprise them. They know Fresno's going to come after them hard. Silas Redd was talking about, he said, they got all these kids from down here, all these, he said, they're going to come after us. They're going to be punching and punching. He said, this is going to be, so I don't think there's, going to be any surprises.
And one last thing, just get an update on the injury situations for USC.
Yeah, you got the 2 guys that are absolutely out, Marcus Martin and Andre Walker with broken ankle, and Marcus, no surgery, but he's going to be out a couple of months, according to Clay. Don't know what that does for Marcus as far as, the pro day and the combine and all that kind of thing, whether, if he would be one of those guys that's on the, the verge of going one way or the other, how does that affect him? I don't think we know. I don't think he probably knows in terms of that. Abe Markowitz will start at center. John Martinez will be at right guard, his old spot. And John Martinez and Max Turk will be backup centers. So they've got, in case, Abe, as Clay said, we're down to 7 offensive linemen, and one of them were redshirt. And so he said, luckily Max can play every position, and John also can back up center, because you don't want to go into a game with one center. I mean, you just can't. So they're feeling okay about it. They're moving Nathan Gerthler back to from tight end at times to completely tackle, so they'll have 3 tackles that they can use. So, you know, you wouldn't want to have to go through the whole season like this, but one game, they think they got a chance.
All right, well, that's day 1 of bowl practice here. USC getting ready for Fresno State in the Las Vegas Bowl. For Dan Weber, this is Ryan Abraham on a chilly Howard Jones Field. Check out uscfootball.com for more.